It's been a while since I posted something. Lots happened. Been bitten by a dog. Blessed with a miracle of a grandson, our first grandchild, a couple of days ago. So yeah, I just can't believe the feeling of love and appreciation for a new little perfect life, and how I just look forward to developing a relationship with him, a loving relationship. And COVID is still around, driving me bloody crazy. How more and more people are being affected by it. Touch wood, I believe my forehead is wood. Touch wood, I've been extremely healthy, had no issues, no illnesses, no chest problems, no fever, nothing since COVID started back in March 2020. Been fortunate. I mean, I've had people around me who've been extremely ill. I've had colleagues sadly who passed away. One colleague and one ex-colleague. I had two colleagues that have been hospitalized. One is, I think he's probably been out of action for a month, sadly, and relatively fit. But it's just crazy how this thing has nailed a lot of people, and yet for some people it's been relatively, well, those people have been relatively unscathed. I know a lot of people that have never had it as well, just like me. I'm putting mine down to my lifestyle, living healthily, which is a blessing, because considering my past and my youth, my childhood, how sick I used to be, how sickly I was, that's a miracle. But I am putting it down to eating healthily and exercising. Unfortunately, in the process of exercising, sometimes there are other dangers. I mean, being attacked by two pit bulls whilst running was a huge danger, huge scary moment, and I did think I was going to die, but fortunately it's been just over 3 weeks. Just got a few wound marks, they're healing nicely. My leg is fine, the mental trauma is disappearing. The dogs are still there, but in South Africa there's not much one can do about making sure the dogs don't represent a risk to society. I feel quite bad that I wasn't able to get that to happen, but in South African laws, the dogs are really private property of the owners, and if the owners don't want to put them down and want to live with the risk of having the risk of having this happen again, and maybe the consequences being far more serious than what they were with me, although I consider the trauma of what I went through and the pain and the whole experience was very, very, very traumatic for me, and I dare say for my family as well. But yeah, if they want to, I had a chat with the guy and explained to him that he's got to do the right thing, and the right thing, as far as I'm concerned, is to make sure the dogs just have no access to going onto the road, and put the dogs in the back of the yard so that there's never a chance, with cars driving out, people coming to visit, there's never a chance of those dogs being in contact with strangers. He advised me that he had a meeting with his 3 young children, and they decided that they weren't going to do anything. I find it very, very strange that an adult is taking what his young juvenile children are deciding, and I just don't know how people can actually keep a pit bull with 3 kids in the house. But anyway, that's his problem. I also explained to him I had a very similar experience, actually, because I owned a pool up until about 4 years ago, and we had a barbecue at the pool at the house one day, and there was about 30 people there, and during the festivities, a little girl fell into the pool and she couldn't swim, and fortunately a young gentleman picked up on it and dived in and saved her. But that night, in my inebriated state, I realized that I couldn't live with that on my conscience. It weighed heavily on me, and I decided there and then to fill the pool up, and because I couldn't have on my conscience a child dying simply by falling into the pool, even if it was a strange child broken into my yard and dived into an inviting pool, couldn't swim, died. So yeah, I filled my pool up, and I used that experience, and I explained to him that he's got to consider all these little things, and if he's prepared to live with that kind of risk, well then good luck to him. Just hope his dogs never go out again. But it's a huge responsibility weighing on somebody's shoulders. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day. Next time I'm going to talk about my grandchild, how much love I have for him, how much I just love the guy. Morning.
How are you this morning, sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm fine.
Thank you.
Okay, very nice day, sir.
Yes, I met him for the first time this weekend in the flesh, because with COVID, obviously grandparents are not allowed, only the father's allowed, but my whole being melted. My whole being melted when I slapped my eyes and held my baby for the first time. It was just it's an indescribable feeling of love. Love, joy, magic, just everything. But we'll talk more about him. When I've got time. My mind is just, all it is it's my grandchild at the moment. And I can't believe the feeling of love, and joy, and excitement, wonder. It's just incredible. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time.